Good morning, Psychic Medium Danielle Garcia here with your energy forecast for the week. Today is June 7th. How's everybody feeling? Schumann resonance, unfortunately, spiking again. We're only at a 47 right now, which isn't a 300, isn't a 700 like we've experienced over the last 6 months. So that is a gift in itself. However, with the other planetary stuff going on, with the other space weather going on right now, we've got a lot of different solar flares, solar storms heating up. You know, that Schumann resonance also just adds to everything, right? If you are experiencing headaches, body aches, brain confusion, foggy brain, foggy mind, foggy thoughts, sleeplessness, don't be surprised if those types of things are going on. I've also had a lot of people respond to me saying, you know, the heart palpitation stuff has kind of changed a little bit. Now, many people are experiencing more of like heartburn, indigestion, and lots of stuff just going on in the throat chakra. If you're experiencing any of these things, remember, ground, hydrate, get outside, connect with nature. Water seems to be incredibly healing right now, not only drinking it, but going for a swim, taking a salt bath, doing a salt scrub in the shower, those types of things. So yesterday, the 6-6 gateway opened, not the 666, thank God, just the 6-6 gateway opened. So lots of different major galactic energies came in along with that. Those of you that have a connection to galactic beings, ETs, for example, don't be surprised if they start reaching out more so this week and for the next 10 days. You might get dreams about them. You might have visions about them. You might have messages, signs, etc., 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 because this gateway opened up a wonderful wormhole, if you will, for those types of energies to get through. As with everything, gateways don't always just represent light. So if you are one who tends to attract negativity in that type of form, take your protective measures to make sure that you are shielded, clear, and safe. With this 6-6 gateway energy, lots of heart energy, lots of third eye energy, and lots of crown energy. Now is a spectacular time to connect with higher self, to release obstructions from those actual areas. It's a good time to connect with your spiritual team, your guides, your angels, loved ones on the other side, light beings, light masters that you may work with. Great time to connect with them to help balance you out. And this is also a time of restructuring. Today, Saturn retrograde continues to push us to look at our relationship with responsibility. Are we taking too much on? Are we not being responsible enough? Are we pushing the buck, so to speak? Are we letting other people take the blame? Are we being honest with ourselves? You know, honesty is a huge theme over all of these different things this week. The big event happens Thursday. That's the new moon and solar eclipse. This eclipse occurs in the sign of Gemini and also the planet Mercury, which happens to be in retrograde. Mercury retrograde may be flaring a little bit more intense on Thursday. So heads up, be aware of that. If you have electronics that you haven't backed up, really good idea to take care of that. If you've been putting off repairs on your car, really good idea to take care of that before Thursday as well, or just don't plan on driving. This eclipse is hugely significant and very, very powerful. It's a day of new beginnings. It's a day of new understandings. It's a day of aligning body, mind, and soul, as well as balancing divine masculine and feminine, and balancing dark and light within ourselves. This is a great time to take that inventory, to see where things are going great and maybe where things are not going so great. It's a wonderful day for self-forgiveness. This is the energetic standing for this would open up a great opportunity to do a house clearing, house blessing, space clearing, space blessing. A great day to do a cleanse or a detox. And again, some type of prayer or ritual surrounding self-forgiveness. I think, and I've mentioned it many times before, forgiveness of self is not an easy thing to do. So when we take that deep dive and look and see, oh, here's some areas of our life that we're just not so happy about or we're not so proud about, take responsibility for those things. Make amends if you can, and forgive yourself. Remember, we're all just stumbling human beings here trying to make it through from moment to moment to moment, right? You don't know what you know until you know it. And sometimes we react with negative emotions and lower thought forms that make us not shine our brightest. And that's okay. That's how we learn. But being accountable, taking culpability, and being responsible for your actions is incredibly important, especially right now in this day and age. This eclipse alignment has not happened since May of 2003. So it's also a completion. This eclipse urges you to take a look back. What was going on in your life 18 years ago? Can you see all of the different things that you have created since then? Can you celebrate those learnings, understandings, gifts that you have accomplished over the last 18 years? Now, on Thursday, is a great time to do that. It's also a great time to define what your new goals are, what your new dreams are, and what you want to manifest and bring into your life. Themes this week: struggle. What are you struggling against? And how's that working for you? Usually struggle doesn't work very well because it's negative against negative against negative, right? So take a look and see where you're struggling and what you can do about that. Use your higher self to take a higher perspective, and maybe you find some things that you need to cut energetic cords from to help clear that energy of struggle. Surrender is another theme of this week. What are you surrendering to? Are you surrendering to faith? Are you surrendering to trust? Are you surrendering to Creator, to higher self, to your spouse, your kids, your work? What is it that you are surrendering to? You know, there's this amazing vibration of surrender that I've experienced in my life. And when I truly get into that vibe, I swear to you, miracle upon miracle upon miracle happens. It's not an easy vibe to reach. You got to definitely step out of ego. You definitely have to step into faith. But when you get there, wow. I mean, honestly, just wow. I had this one moment where I literally was down on my hands and knees praying to God, just saying, look, I can't handle this situation anymore. I don't know what to do. I'm tired of hitting my head up against a wall. I let go. I surrender it to you. Just show me the way. Point me in the right direction. And I swear to you, 27 minutes later, phone call, job offer, making more money than I'd ever made before in my life. Things like this can happen. I'm not the only one it happens to. We are all blessed, correct? The other theme is shining your light. How can you shine your light this week? What difference can you make? Who can you honor? Who can you acknowledge? And are you doing those things for yourself? I'm going to pull a few cards. I'm pulling from the Lantern Oracle by Angelina Mirabito. Here's the cover for that. And let's just see what cards come through. I really like this deck. One of my clients recommended it to me, and I'm so glad that she did. Okay, the first card that shows up, number 42, home. May your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. Wow, I love that. So you can see in this card, there's a woman. She's in water, surrounded by rocks, surrounded by nature, and she's just absolutely just soaking it all in. Where is home for you? Some of us have jobs where we're working, 60, 80 hours a week, or maybe you're working 2 or 3 jobs and you're working even longer than that. So sometimes it's hard to find that place of home, right? I think home is where you make it. Find that sacred place for you, wherever it might be. Sometimes for me, it's in my car taking a break when I can just get it. The next card, 24, emptied. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Wow. Interesting card. What do you feel from this one? Check her out. She's laying on the ground. On her side, there's this golden light coming from first and second chakra. Butterfly in the background. Oh, signifying transmutation, rising above. Interesting that this pops up also as solar eclipse is about beginnings. We've got a lamp there, lots of light, and this card is what my guides are shouting out to me. So remember, in order to start a beginning, we learn from that ending, correct? We learn from what just happened so we can go forward and create a bigger, better, brighter circumstance. And a last card of our draw for the week. Renewal. Regeneration begins with decay. Wow. Super powerful, right? Check her out. Okay, she's just here out in the open, has a beautiful bird taking higher perspective. There looks like a wooden barrel or something down by her feet, just kind of decaying there. There is that thing, the circle of life, right? And in order to bring in more light, we have to release those lower energies. In order to renew, we must die off. And not physical death, more spiritual death and energetic death. Cutting cords with those things that we've held on to about ourselves that no longer serve our highest, greatest good. Sometimes that spiritual death involves cutting other people out of our lives and setting boundaries for ourselves. Sometimes that decay represents letting go of those old ideas that you've held about yourself, where you can't get ahead, you can't get healthy, you can't find love. And it's letting those go so you can open yourself to rebirth and renewal. I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy the energies of the eclipse and have a blessed day.